Great sunrise this morning. I'm gonna blind you here for a second, but it's beautiful out there, right? So, you know, people go hiking for a lot of different reasons, right? It's for the nature experience. It's for the beauty. It's for the views. It's for the health and mental wellness benefits. It's to unwind and just to get away for the week. All kinds of reasons. So, whatever your reasons, you know, get out here. Get out here and do it. You know, Colorado Springs has 9,000 acres of planned parks and about 5,000 acres of trails. So, yeah, that's a lot of space. So if you live here or if you're visiting here, you know, you're missing out if you're not taking advantage of this stuff. It's free to walk, right? And it's great for you. Now today's video is not about a specific trail. It's about 5 different areas here in Colorado Springs that have lots of trail and lots of hiking opportunities. So let's get into it. Now this place has something for everybody. Whether you're a beginner or whether you're a very experienced hiker, Colorado Springs has options for you. Okay, so let's start off with some of the more easier hiking areas. It doesn't mean that every trail is easy, but these trails tend to be a little bit flatter. They tend to be a little bit more friendly to those who might not be used to doing a lot of hiking here in Colorado. So I have 3 of them here that I want to look at. The first one is probably the most popular. It definitely is a huge tourist attraction here, Garden of the Gods. It's just a little bit west of I-25, right a little bit north of Midtown. Typically there's quite a few people there. The parking lots are usually full, but you know, if you want a great Colorado Springs experience and you've never been here before, that's a great park to go visit. It's all free. Now Garden of the Gods has 1,400 acres in the park. Yeah, and that's 21 miles of trails. And if you want to look up more information about Garden of the Gods, just go to gardenofthegods.com. It has trail maps there, anything you need. The second one is Red Rock Canyon Open Space. Now it's just south of City Center. It's off of US 24, just right out of town. Now this open space has 22 trails. That's really kind of scenic there. You can get lost up there for at least a half day. And it has beautiful views of the city. It's a great place to start learning how to hike here in the Rocky Mountains. I've been to many hikes there. It's a great place to go if you just need a quick, you know, couple hours in the morning where you just need to get out and you just don't have time to head up to the mountains to get any big stuff in, but you need some fresh air and you need a break and you need some nature. That's a great place to go. And if you want to find out more about that, get maps to it, it's at redrockcanyonopenspace.org. The third place I'd like to talk about is Cheyenne Mountain State Park, and that's south of town off of 115. It's a beautiful open space. I mean, you have Cheyenne Mountain right there, and there's a connection to get to the Dixon Trail from the park, and that's a pretty tough climb. It's about a 15-mile round trip. It's one of those iconic places to visit here in Colorado Springs. Now, of course, you need a state park pass to go in there, or you can get a day pass right at the gate. It doesn't cost much, a few bucks, but you get a lot out of it. And they have about 20 miles of trails. And you can get to the trail maps and anything you want to know about the park at a state website. Let me just read it off to you here. It's cpw.state.co.us. And then you just do a search for Cheyenne Mountain State Park and you get all the information you need right there. Now here's a couple that are a little bit more challenging. It's a place I'm in right now. It's called North Cheyenne Canyon. And it gets pretty busy, especially on the weekends. These parking lots are just packed and there's people like all over the place. But if you come early enough or if you come during the week, it's less crowded and there's a lot of trails up here. And I have a lot of videos because I do a lot of training in this area. It's a great place to do some training. There's some hikes that are not very challenging, but there's places here where you know, you can get to some pretty big hikes. Like you can go up to Mount Rosa from this area, and that's about a 14-mile round trip and about 4,200 feet elevation gain. Seven Bridges Trail is very popular here, and if you keep following that, it'll take you into Jones Park. From Jones Park you can get to Loud's Cabin. From Loud's Cabin you can get up to some of these summits in the foothills. There's Mount Kineo, there's Tuckaway Mountain, there's Rundown's Fast Mountain, there's Garfield. There's a bunch of places back there we can connect up to, and it's a great adventure. There's a lot to see there, and from there you can connect up to Captain Jack's trail, which actually is right in front of me here, and it just keeps going. If you want to hit some short little summits, there's Mount Cutler, Mount Muskoka, Buckhorn Mountain, Mays Peak. St. Mary's Falls is another one that if you keep going down Old Gold Camp Road, you can connect up to there. That's a little bit more challenging. That's like probably medium kind of a challenge. There's some beginners that go up there that find it pretty tough, but you know, give it a shot. It's again a beautiful hike. There's a few trails around here called Columbine trails. I think there's a lower one, an upper one, but anyway, there's trails all over this place. It's a great place to do some training. It's a great place to get away for the weekend. And if you want to find out more information about that, go to CheyenneCanyon.org. And the third one I want to talk about is the Blodgett Open Space. Now that's a little bit newer one. It's a little bit north of town, and it has 388 acres of trails that you can go on over there. And there's some that are pretty mild. A lot of them are pretty steep though. Blodgett Peak is a pretty common destination. That's a pretty tough climb. And then if you want to go a little bit further back, there's Ormus Peak back there. And it's a great new open space, very well maintained, beautiful scenery, nice quiet wooded areas. For any of these trails in Colorado Springs, you can go to one source. It's coloradosprings.gov/trails, and there is a litany of places that show you there about hiking trails around this area. Now, if Colorado Springs trails is not enough for you, just go to any of the local surrounding communities like Monument, like Manitou Springs, like Green Mountain Falls, like Woodland Park, like Florissant, like Divide. There's trails all over within like an hour's drive from here. You can get to, I mean, I've been doing this for the last, I don't know, 10 years, and I'm still finding trails that I've not been on before. And if you go to my channel, you'll find a playlist there called Colorado Springs Trails or Colorado Springs Hiking. And I have like 50 videos up there of places that I've been to here in this local area. So, hey, if you're in Colorado Springs, get out. It's a wonderful place to do a lot of hiking, to enjoy nature, and just to enjoy. So, all right, well, hope you enjoyed this. If you're not a subscriber, please do that. Like this video, share it with your friends, but most of all, give me some comments. What are your favorite Colorado Springs hiking trails? All right, I'll see you on the trail.